Welcome to this Masterclass Explainer. Today, I'm stepping in as your digital marketing mentor to help you shift your organic reach from a totally frustrating game of luck to a predictable, reliable distribution system. Look, as a small business owner, I know you've probably felt that sting, right? You put your absolute heart and soul into a post, and then you just watch it vanish into the algorithm's abyss within an hour. You sit there, refresh the page, and honestly wonder if you're somehow shadow banned. Well, listen to me. You're not. Today, we're changing that narrative completely and putting the control right back in your hands. Okay, let's dive right into this incredibly frustrating question that literally every single small business owner asks when those high-effort posts just seem to flatline. Think about your last big post. You spend hours crafting the perfect graphic, you're tweaking the copy, making sure the lighting is flawless, and crickets. Nothing. Then maybe later that week, you upload some blurry, quick behind-the-scenes photo of your messy desk, and no way it suddenly blows up. Why does that happen? Well, it's not magic, and I promise the system isn't out to get you. It happens because the algorithm evaluates content very, very differently than we humans do. So here's our workshop syllabus for today. We're going to cover the engine of organic reach, rewarding predicted satisfaction, matching context and audience, removing mixed signals, reducing algorithm uncertainty, and finally, sustaining the long game. All right, let's tear down those algorithmic misconceptions. Section 1. The engine of organic reach. Let's just start right at the foundation and fundamentally redefine what organic reach actually represents for your business.
Organic reach is definitely not just some vanity metric of likes and hearts. It's essentially distributed attention. Think of it like a busy lane in Karachi's Sadar market. Now, you could pay someone to stand outside and physically pull people in, or you could naturally become the kind of shop that just draws a massive crowd entirely on its own. That natural pull, where people stop, point, and walk in, that is organic reach. It means Facebook has evaluated your content and actively decided, hey, this is worth giving away prime real estate for free. Because let's be real, Facebook isn't a charity. They give you that prime real estate because your natural pull keeps users scrolling on their app. You're effectively doing their job for them, and so they reward you for it.
And this brilliantly illustrates the trade-off here. Paid ads, they're the engine you buy to force visibility. You're basically just renting space. But organic reach proves your content actually has its own natural momentum. And for a small business owner operating on a tight budget, momentum is your absolute best friend. It lowers your dependence on expensive ad spend, and honestly, more importantly, it acts as a real-time feedback loop. It tells you with absolute certainty what your audience genuinely cares about. Moving on to Section 2, Rewarding Predicted Satisfaction. Here, we need to uncover the core rule of the distribution machine and figure out what Facebook actually wants from you when you hit publish. So the absolutely crucial point is right here. Facebook does not primarily reward posts, it rewards predicted satisfaction. It acts like this highly analytical shopkeeper testing items on a shelf, explicitly rewarding content that reliably holds people's attention. The algorithm isn't sitting there judging the artistic merit of your photo. Instead, it's asking itself, if I show this to 100 more people, can I confidently predict they're going to be satisfied? It tests your post kind of like a bet. It shows it to a tiny fraction of your audience first. If they stop scrolling, read it, maybe smile, the system says, okay, safe bet, and then pushes it to more. It is entirely about predicting that viewer satisfaction. Now, there is a massive disconnect between human logic and machine logic here. The system isn't judging your effort. You might look at your screen and ask, was my content good? Was the lighting right? Did I pick the best filter? But Facebook is cold and calculated. It asks, was it good for this specific audience at this exact moment? It is exclusively reading behavioral patterns, like whether people actually pause, read, or comment. It really doesn't care about your good intentions. Okay, Section 3, Matching Context and Audience. Now that we know what the system wants, let's look at why a perfectly good post might still fail completely. I want you to imagine a tea stall. The exact same cup of chai might seem totally ordinary if you're rushing past it on a busy roadside in the morning. I mean, if you try to serve that perfect, relaxing cup of chai to someone sprinting to catch their bus, they are going to completely ignore it. But that exact same cup is absolutely perfect if you're exhausted after a long workday. The tea didn't fail, the timing and context failed. And you know, this is exactly how your content operates on Facebook. A highly relevant, perfectly crafted post for one slice of your audience might be completely invisible to another simply because of context. Think about your own business page for a second. Let's say your audience has been conditioned to expect funny, lighthearted memes from you, and then suddenly, boom, you posted 10-paragraph, highly technical buying guide. It flops. It's kind of like walking into a circus tent and trying to give a math lecture. The post isn't necessarily bad, it was just evaluated in totally the wrong context. The audience expectation didn't match the delivery, which drew these lukewarm or just confused early reactions. And when Facebook sees those confused reactions, it immediately halts distribution.
All right, Section 4, removing mixed signals. We're diagnosing the noise now. Let's tackle the biggest pitfall I see mentees make all the time, confusing the system with way too many messages.
I see small business owners make this mistake every single day. If you try to be informative, emotional, controversial, promotional, and casual all in one single post, it's like sending a package with 5 different routing labels. You write a post to educate, you try to squeeze a joke in the middle, spark a political debate at the end, and then you slap a buy now 20% off link right at the bottom. The delivery system just panics. It literally doesn't know how to route it. Some users might comment on the debate, others scroll right past the promotion, and others will just hide the post entirely. That creates a terribly noisy signal, and when the machine loses confidence, your reach dies instantly. I really want you to burn this mentor's rule into your mind for the next time you draft a caption. Clarity beats cleverness. Always. Because you do not need every post to do everything. In fact, trying to do everything often weakens your reach. Do you want to be a confusing genius, or do you want to actually be seen? A really clear post that offers a simple, solitary tip, or just a single story, gets clean feedback. The audience thinks, oh, I get this. They react predictably, and then the post travels significantly faster because the system knows exactly who to show it to next.
Moving on to Section 5, reducing algorithm uncertainty. Let's transition over to the travel gates and see exactly how a post physically moves through Facebook's checkpoints to reduce that uncertainty. Facebook essentially evaluates your post as a test inside a sequence. Think of Facebook like a courier deciding whether to send a package down a busy route. First, it tests for interest. Does it actually stop the scroll? Then, fit. Is it relevant to the people seeing it? And finally, response quality. Are people leaving meaningful comments or shares? If these early checkpoints go smoothly, uncertainty is dramatically reduced. For example, imagine a small bakery posting a simple, beautifully lit 5-second video of thick chocolate being poured over a cake. It immediately stops the scroll, satisfying the interest gate. It matches their foodie followers perfectly, checking the fit date. And people start aggressively tagging their friends saying, "We need this for Friday," which triggers high response quality. That clear, highly focused post completely reduces algorithm uncertainty, so Facebook confidently pushes it wide to thousands of people totally for free. Let's break down these distinct data points, because you need to know that not all engagement is created equal. A quick glance? That's a weak signal. But a comment? That indicates deep cognitive engagement. Someone actually had to pause their day, process a thought, and physically type it out. Shares indicate immense social value. Someone is literally staking their own personal reputation on your post by sharing it with their network. And hides or skips? Obviously low relevance. This perfectly explains why a post with 50 shallow likes might completely die out in an hour, while a post with just 10 deep, thoughtful comments gets pushed far and wide. Facebook is constantly reading combinations of these strong signals to predict future satisfaction. Finally, Section 6, sustaining the long game. We arrive at the vital psychological shift required to maintain this distribution system organically over months and years, rather than just chasing those exhausting one-off viral hits.
Your business page is honestly exactly like a neighborhood bakery. If you sell fresh bread today, but tomorrow you try to sell discounted electronics, and then the next day you're selling winter clothing, your customers will completely stop trusting your signal. They won't even know what you're for anymore. And the exact same thing happens with your content. If you constantly change your identity, your tone, and the problems you solve, your audience gets severe mental whiplash. When they get confused, the reactions become highly unstable, and Facebook just stops trusting your signal entirely. Consistency of expectation is absolutely everything. If you train your audience, they will automatically train the algorithm for you.
I'll leave you with this final, vital question for your business. Moving forward, I want you to remember you are no longer just posting content, you are actively sending a signal. So next time you post, don't ask, will this get engagement? Ask, what will this tell the system? Are your posts making the next distribution decision easier for the platform? When you stop obsessively trying to beat the algorithm and start genuinely working to reduce its uncertainty by providing clear, predictable value, your organic reach will finally take care of itself. Take this mental model, apply it directly to your next draft, and just watch the system work for you. See you next time in a workshop.